What's going on, Legionnaires, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, and make sure you're not missing any of the content that we have coming out. Now, for this video, we're going to be jumping into Infinite Frontier, Harley Quinn, issue number 1. And if you haven't been keeping up with the Infinite Frontier, go ahead and check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that's been going on in that event. Now, this line is written by Stephanie Phillips, pencils is by Riley Rossmo, inks are also by Riley Rossmo, and colors are by Ivan Placencia. And this is showing us Harley Quinn after the Joker War. So with that being said, let's dive into this issue. Alright guys, so getting into this issue, we're dropped into the sewers of Gotham City. Now, I'm going to say right off the bat, I am not a fan of this artwork. I don't know why DC Comics has been thinking that this new art style is a cool and edgy way to go, because they did it with the Future State Legion of Superheroes as well, and it just looked absolutely awful. And in here, it's no exception either. This artwork is just not up to par. But we see Harley Quinn with a cake that says, "I'm sorry." And she's getting beaten around by Killer Croc. Now, she's come down here to try to apologize to Killer Croc, but Killer Croc doesn't want to hear her apology. He just wants her to get out of his domain, if you will. And so with the apology not being accepted and her not being able to kind of make amends with Killer Croc, she heads back up into Gotham. And at times, Harley feels like Gotham refuses to change. Yeah, you'll get some new buildings, maybe even elect a new mayor, rename some streets, but no matter how much you change, the past still lingers like gas in a crowded elevator. Now, as she's having this inner dialogue, a civilian comes up to her and starts harassing her because she looks like a clown. And everybody right now in Gotham is absolutely done with clowns. They don't want to see another clown, period. It doesn't matter if it's Bobo the clown. And her inner demons, they tell her to just beat the crap out of this guy. But she's trying to be a better person. And she tells the guy that she doesn't want to fight. She doesn't want to hurt him. And this is when a crowd starts to form. And it really turns into a mob mentality very quickly. And Harley, realizing the situation and that she's either going to have to fight them or she's going to have to run, she chooses to run and makes her way back to her apartment, realizing that her window's open, knowing that she wouldn't leave it open, especially after everything that's happened with the clown hunter. And so, sneaking her way into her apartment, she's looking for some kind of intruder, and this is when she runs into the Bat. And Batman had heard about her encounter with Killer Croc. And Batman's disappointed, because right now he wants to be able to rely on Harley Quinn. But if she's going to start creating issues, it's going to make it very difficult for him to do so. And she defends herself by saying that she was just trying to make amends. Like, she can explain herself and she's going to show him. And this is where she shows him a giant wall with pictures and strings run about. Because after the Joker War, she couldn't help but feel responsible for hurting the city and enabling the Crown Prince for such a long time. And with her records officially cleaned due to the Suicide Squad business, she figured she could start making up for everything that she's done wrong. And Batman tells her, "This is super awesome, and I know you're trying, but you need to not have any step backs, because I need to be able to trust you." And Batman goes to leave, and Harley Quinn asks him, "What about the money?" And Bruce Wayne is absolutely flabbergasted. He's just like, "What are you talking about?" And Harley Quinn says, "You know, I know that there's some kind of living stipend or paycheck or something, like you have to be giving money to the Robins for them to continue doing what they're doing, so where's my bat check?" And Batman tells her, like, "This isn't how it works. Like, I'm giving you a chance to prove yourself. That doesn't mean I'm gonna pay you." And this is when he gets a call from Oracle and he has to head out. And Harley Quinn wants to go with him, but before she can even finish her sentence, Batman's jumped out the window. And this is where we pick up at Funland. And we have a whole mob brawl going on. And it looks like this big burly guy has a Joker tattoo on his neck. And people are mad. People have lost everything due to the Joker War. So they see something clown related and they're immediately just attacking them. And so as the mob beats the crap out of these guys, we see Batman come swooping in, letting him know that everybody is done fighting. But this is when everybody turns their view towards Batman, because they're also done with masks. Vigilantes, bat mask, clown mask, it's all the same to them, and they start attacking Batman, which doesn't go well for this crowd because these civilians start getting punched and knocked out by Batman. And the guy that they were beating up, the guy with the Joker tattoo on his neck, he goes running into the funhouse, trying to get away, saying that he was just defending himself, terrified of what Batman's about to do to him. And this is when Batman appears in front of him. And simultaneously, we see Harley Quinn come crashing in. And what we see here is Harley Quinn stopping Batman from trying to get some information from this guy, because this guy doesn't know anything. And Harley Quinn's, more or less recognize this. But if this guy does happen to know something, Harley Quinn thinks she's the best to get the information out, being a prior psychiatrist, though she claims to still be licensed, even though that can't be so. And with Batman having to go take care of something else, he leaves this to Harley Quinn. And so this guy decides to, go with Harley Quinn. He's not a bad guy. He was just someone who had this tattoo put on him and then kind of thrown in there to try to cause some disruption in the city. And so these two head out, and this guy seems to be joining her crew. But Harley Quinn also let it be known that she's trying to turn a new leaf. She's trying to be a better person. And if she's really trying to take down this clown organization, or whatever clowns are left out there, then he wants to help in some kind of way. And so Harley Quinn makes her way back to her apartment, get everything reorganized and put back together. She's realizing no matter what, Gotham City is her home. And she really truly does love this place. And she's gonna do whatever it takes to try to make this a place worth living in. And so we're really seeing Harley Quinn become a good guy. At the end of the day, that's the way to say it. And, some people aren't going to like that. Some people are going to like that. But it is what it is. I think it is a good character arc and a good story to push her forward from the same old thing that she's been for decades at this point. And then we're taken to Rockwood Hospital for the Criminally Insane in upstate. And making our way through this, we see some reputable faces. But what we're really seeing here is Simon Saint sending his people to release the one and only Hugo Strange. Because Simon Saint wants Hugo Strange to be able to help him in bringing some order to Gotham City and taking care of its clown problem as well. And that will be where this issue ends. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Like I said before, the artwork really did turn me off to this comic. I think it has a lot of potential. It could be a great story. But the artwork really does need a different artist. This is just not something that's working out. It's not going to sell well, I don't think. But let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm just biased when it comes to it. Maybe the artwork is really good and I just have a narrow perspective on it. Let me know what you think on that. Let me know what you think of the story. How do you think it's written? Are you interested in continuing on with this Harley Quinn into this new vigilante lifestyle? Or did you prefer her as the previous Harley Quinn? If you haven't yet, be sure to hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.